Oh, but anyways, yes, sir, you were saying?
Engineer Team Fortress 2 has access to a couple of wrenches, some good, some useless. In this video, I'm going to break down my thoughts on each of these funny haha construction tools in order to help you, hopefully, understand them a little bit better. If I do a good job, could you subscribe? Because YouTube is telling me that if you don't subscribe, yes, you specifically, will be hit by a meteorite if you're not subscribed. Sorry you had to find out that way. First up, the default, or stock. This wrench doesn't do anything special, but it is hard to go wrong with stock. This is the wrench you'll use when you just want to play engineer, no fancy schmancy unlock mechanics needed. The stock is our baseline for our purposes today. The stock is able to remove sappers in 2 swings and heal buildings at a rate of 3 health for every 1 metal used. It can heal up to a maximum of 102 health per swing. It reloads spent rounds from the sentry gun at a rate of 1 metal to 40 bullets, and for level 3 sentries, 2 metal for 16 rockets. It deals 65 damage per swing and 195 on a critical hit. When hitting your buildings while they're still growing like a disobedient child, it increases the construction speed of the building by 2.5%. This effect is additive, with every swing further increasing construction speed. I give this baseline wrench 3 sentries out of 5. This wrench doesn't excel in anything, but it doesn't underperform in any angle. Truly, this wrench is the icon of the working man. Just good enough, but it does look pretty cool. I guess 4 out of 5 style points. Next up, the Southern Hospitality. Don't use this one. Like, seriously, it's pretty useless. I'm sorry to the 8 Southern Hospitality fans who now hate me, but it just has no pizzazz like the other options. Its primary upside is dealing 8 seconds of bleed on hit, for a total of 40 extra damage, bringing the wrench's damage up to a grand total of 105, which is supposed to give the engineer a leg up on spies that get too close, but spy can one-shot you up close, so why would you want to fight a spy in melee range? Check out what happens when I try to fight this spy in melee range.
Are you joking?
He kills me so hard he steals my identity.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year.
No! Don't leave me here!
The bleed in theory would help when finding cloak spies, but cloak also makes status effects like bleed last for less time, which basically invalidates the upside of this wrench. In exchange for this middling power, the engineer now gets walked down 20% faster by any fire damage, which basically forces the engineer to sit next to his dispenser and play at the back lines the entire game, for fear that there is 1 pyro on the enemy team. Also, you don't get random crits, which is also a downside if you care about random crits. No, but seriously though, that 20% fire damage thing is no joke. It turns you into the enemy pyro's personal strange farm for the rest of the game. It is comedic how fast you get air fried. This is my first live using the Southern Hospitality, by the way. Oh look, I died to a pyro! In this clip, I know this pyro is going to destroy me, so I do everything in my power to get away from him, but because of that 20% extra damage taken from fire, I am, and I absolutely mean this in the most literal way, cooked. If you play engineer like me, so like an idiot, you will get into a lot of fights with pyros, so this wrench will really screw you in that regard. Like stock, the Southern Hospitality removes sappers and heals buildings at the same rate, 1 metal to 3 health and restores bullets and rockets at the same rate. It also boosts at the same rate as stock. The Southern Hospitality is a fine choice if you want to annoy a spy like 1 time instead of just shooting him with your fucking shotgun. I give it 2 sentries out of 5. It needs more to separate it from stock because right now it does very little in exchange for 2 decently detrimental downsides. But in terms of aesthetics, it looks really fucking, like, look at that, that's really cool.
Anyway, let me go use it.
Wait, how did that work?
Coming up next is the Jag. This range is for the working engineer who was to get that gun up yesterday. What am I doing? The Jag swings faster than the stock wrench by 15%. The stock has an attack interval of 0.8 seconds, whilst the Jag has an interval of 0.68. Just 0.11 seconds makes a surprising amount of difference. The speed of the Jag completely changes the game for the engineer because it does what it does faster. The Jag removes sappers in 3 swings and heals buildings at a rate of 3 health for every 1 metal used. It can only heal up to a maximum of 81 health in 1 swing, in comparison to the stock's 102 health per swing. It reloads spent rounds from the sentry gun at the same rate as stock, 1 metal for 40 bullets for level 3 sentries and 2 metal for 16 rockets. It does 49 damage per swing and 146 on a critical hit. The Jag increases construction speed of a building by 3.2 times compared to the stock wrench's 2.5 times. This effect is additive so you can greatly increase construction speed of your buildings. Just keep in mind that you have to keep hitting the building with the Jag for it to construct faster. The Jag is an interesting choice for the engineer as it allows him to get buildings up much faster, but at the cost that it's harder for him to maintain those buildings. This wrench is perfect for use on offense or on defense if you have very little time to get a building up. It can also be used during setup to get buildings up faster before switching to your preferred wrench. It incentivizes a mindset of getting right back to it when your buildings go down. The Jag gets the first 5 sentries out of 5, truly an exceptional design that has multiple layers to it. However, it only managed to score a 3.5 on the style meter. The brown wrap just doesn't really do it for me. The Jag is one of my favorite wrenches in Team Fortress 2, primarily because it incentivizes this big brain, super go fast mindset, because I'm impatient and I don't want to wait around for my building to get up. I want that thing up yesterday, and I want it to be shooting scouts right now. I want the sick frags in my TF2 video. The Jag also, it's also really cool and really strong and really buff, and you should totally hang out with it sometime. I heard it has an 8-pack. More people need to use the Jag. Okay, look, that's all I'm saying. Look, I know it's already pretty popular, but I think it needs to be more popular. I think we need to kill any engineer who doesn't. If you see an engineer on the other team not using the Jag, kill him. Just shoot him. If you see someone using the Jag on the other team, don't kill him. He's really cool, and you should not worry about what he's going to put up in your back lines. Just ignore all Jag engineers. All right, just ignore them. Just let them be. Just let this they're endangered. They need to be watered and fed. But if you shoot them, they will die. So you should not shoot them. You should let them roam free in your back line, and just let them be. Let them live. They won't do anything. None of them will ever betray you. No engineer player has done anything wrong in their lives. Do not question.
Well, you...
That's all of them.
The final wrench we'll be looking at today is the Eureka effect. This really cool wrench allows the user to teleport to their teleporter exit or spawn at will by pressing R and then pressing 1 or 2 by default. This is a crazy useful ability to have at your disposal. The Urethra effect, in addition to making it so that the teleporter only costs 25 metal to make, also only costs 100 metal to be upgraded to the next level, and 200 metal to be fully upgraded. This property is still held by your teleporter, even when you switch wrenches. Teleporter exit doesn't even need to be active for you to teleport to it, so sometimes you get the odd cheeky engineer. It's sneaking up behind you with a shotgun and a dream, and that dream is to play spy with a shotgun. The wrench's healing and ammo refill rates are identical to stock. The move saps in 2 swings, healing 3 health for every 1 metal. Maximum healing rate 102 health per swing. Sentry gun is 1 metal, 40 bullets, 2 metal, 6 rockets, 65 damage per swing, 195 critical hit, head marker, and however, it only boosts half as fast as stock at a rate of 1.25 speed, which makes it the slowest wrench in the game at getting your buildings up and active. It also only provides 80% of the metal you would get from dispensers and ammo crates. This wrench is a unique design as it opens up the engineer to become hypermobile and super capable of flanking. Like seriously, a bunch of spots in maps can be used to hide teleporters. I would show you more, but then the spots would stop working and I'd get sad. But in general, check and see if a prop is solid, because if it isn't, there's like a 30% chance someone has hidden a teleporter exit there. However, engineering isn't the only use that this wrench has. It has also got very good anti-spy capabilities, as you can just teleport to the teleporter exit even when it's being sapped, and if there's a spy at spawn, you can just Eureka effect back there and deal with that sneaky bastard who thinks he's so much better than me just because he's in a suit. Fuck! This wrench gets a 5 out of 5 sentries due to the way that it opens up the engineer's options for not just combat, but for repairing his buildings and staying in fights for as long as he possibly can. It really is one of the coolest items that the engineer has at his disposal. Also, if you see me on the enemy team, don't look for my teleporter exit. You won't find one, because I would never engineer. I would never do that to you. Now you might be thinking, wow, that sure was all of the wrenches. I can't wait for this video to end so I can neither like nor subscribe. But wait! If you look very closely at the thumbnail. Well, what is that? Right there. It's... oh my god. It's the Gunslinger. Hands down the coolest thing the engineer has in his melee slot. Like, look at this. Boom! Mini sentry. Most unstoppable thing on the... okay, hold on. Most unstoppable thing on the planet. What I'm very excited to say is that equipping the Gunslinger replaces your regular sentry with a smaller, more disposable combat mini sentry. If you have an active level sentry up and switch the Gunslinger, it will immediately self-destruct out of embarrassment. This is for some reason considered a downside, which to be fair is the case in some scenarios. You can't upgrade a mini sentry and it will forever remain in its unupgraded form no matter how much you hit it. However, you can still heal, rearm, and construction boost a mini sentry. A mini sentry costs only 100 metal by comparison to the greedy normal sentry's 130 price tag. It allows the engineer to place down both a sentry and a dispenser for only 200 metal, which is an incredibly handy ability to have if the need calls for it. The mini sentry constructs at a speed of 150% of the speed of a normal sentry, and when boosted, deploys in a crazy fast 1.5 seconds. This allows the sentry to provide support at a moment's notice, but it is still advisable to plan a small bit ahead of the enemy in order to take full advantage of the sentry's capabilities. It also begins life at 50 health and works its way up to a maximum of 100, whereas a normal sentry will begin life at 1 health and then reach a maximum of 150. A mini sentry fires 25% faster than a level 1 sentry, but it deals around 50% of the damage level 1 does per bullet, putting it on a lower damage total on average. It also rotates around 35% faster, so it can be handy to get scouts to fuck off and or perish horribly to its bullets. The mini sentry is 70% the size of stock, due to the nature of it being mini, and so therefore it can be placed in sneaky locations such as inside of a bush, to get cheap kills and cheap thrills. And its general wrench attributes are the same as stock. I've said them like twice. You don't need to I can't say them every time. This wrench gives the engineer 150 health, pushing him out of the squishy 125 health range, which allows him to withstand more fights. This extra health allows you to take more damage and push more advantages when you see them. It also gives the engineer a higher overheal total, bringing him to 225 with stock and 189 with the quick fix, both of which beat out the maximum overheal of a stock medigun would provide to a normal engineer, 185, and also 158 with the quick fix. I believe that the 25 extra health is genuinely the most attractive feature of this weapon because it allows the engineer to go forth and lay waste, and if you know me, I enjoy laying some waste. The thing about this melee is that it takes the same principles as the Jag, trading longevity for speed, but the Gunslinger also trades a great deal of stopping power that the level sentry has. The Gunslinger gets a 5 out of 5 mini sentries. It really appeals to me specifically because, oh my god, it's a robot arm and that somehow makes me able to take bullets better, and that's cool as hell, come on. It also gets a 5 out of 5 style points too because I get to punch people with a robot arm. And with that, you now know my weird thoughts on the melee arsenal of the Team Fort Builder Man Fortress 2. I ask that you use this knowledge only for evil if it's funny. Thanks for watching, and if you still are, could you consider subscribing? I'm really close to 1,000 and make me way happier than you'd think, please. Whose side are you on? The final wrench in our analysis today is the Eureka effect. This really cool wrench lets users. Oh, am I not recording? Oh, I super am. Hello, end of scene, end of credits. Woo, Panda Commanda post credits scene. Oh my god, look, it's oh my god, Nick Fury, what?